All right, everybody, what's going on? It's your boy, TheMadScientist. Tuesday, what's cracking, AI?
Hey, what up? What up?
How you feeling?
We were just having a fun time watching a little bit of basketball, so feeling good. Seeing sports in full swing now that football's in the, where we're at, and now basketball's in full swing, which is my favorite sport. So we're having a good time watching some sports this fall, and it's been cool, man. Like things with the levy are starting to like come into holiday swing. Sports are coming into the playoffs. We're seeing the playoff structure with the Bengals, and it's like every game is that important. So every time we're watching like here on the levy, it's been like it's a good time of the year, man. It's a holiday season. This is cool.
Yeah, bro, and we're finally getting that fall too, man. I feel like it always goes straight from summer to winter, where we don't get
we are getting fall.
That 70 degree weather with the foliage and all that stuff, man. So it's nice to finally see a fall time, man. It's always comes so quick, where it's like as soon as summer's over, it's like damn, it's cold as shit, man.
I mean, it snowed on Halloween.
Yeah.
It snowed on Halloween, and then it was back to 70s the following day. So,
how do you think the Bengals did?
Or
a better question. What was the holes in the game?
Man, I think it's really coming down to we started the game so strong. We had that momentum going, and it's holding on to that momentum is a hard thing for us for some reason. We just don't start things that great, and I don't know what it is. We didn't start the season great. We can't come out and who would have thought Texans were going to be like that, though. Like, C.J. Stroud is pretty solid. I can't take anything away from him. So I want to give C.J. Stroud his props for, he's looking like an MVP candidate, man. I mean, he looked good.
Yeah.
He's setting records as a rookie. You know what I mean? I think it was more him than less than what we did wrong.
Yeah.
I think it was more on the side of them being outstanding and less about what we did wrong. But we do have things. The coaching needs to get it. Coaching needs to do a little bit better with some of the play calling. I don't know. I feel like they're trying the same stuff over and over again. It's just not working. So
right.
Yeah, I don't know. But
what about the other side of the table, man? YOMN, Tyrell, what's cracking, fellas?
What's up, y'all? What's up?
Yo.
So how do you feel the game went on Sunday?
I feel like what Drew said. Like we came out a little bit slow. Probably we had a couple turnovers. That kind of, you know what I'm saying, we had a couple bad turnovers that kind of we
killed that momentum.
Yeah, kind of killed the momentum in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, I feel like, we was on a 4-game winning streak, and I think we just probably got a little bit too comfortable. And it's any given Sunday. It
was a 5-game winning streak, right?
It's about 4 games.
Because weren't we 0-3?
No, we were 3-1. Mm-hmm. We were a 4 winning streak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That would have been great. We needed that win. I thought it was going to happen. I mean, it came down to the final field goal, right? So it wasn't like we were trailing or anything like that. It was.
The last 3 minutes of the game, bro. It was like with 3 minutes left, half the stadium started emptying out, and then
why? Still close.
It was. I think we were down by 10 still, and Boyd had that interception that changed that. That was in the fourth quarter, right?
Boyd had that touchdown drop. That was rough.
But right before then, though, he made a huge play right before then.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and then
take it nothing away from him. He just had a rough game. That's all, man. That's it.
It was just sometimes it just
doesn't go your way.
It's off the fingertips.
Yeah.
I think
or off his chest.
We had a touchdown. Could have been a touchdown. What's his number 16? Because he played a good game too with the Bengals. But I think him and Burrow, there was a miscommunication. Burrow threw the perfect pass, but
you're talking Trenton Irwin,
number 16, got long hair.
Yeah.
He was wide open, and Burrow saw it, but I think Burrow thought he was gonna go another way, and he went the other way. So when he threw the pass, it was overthrown.
Yeah.
And that happened right before the Boyd play, and I was like, dang, bro, But it is what it is.
I did notice that, man. There was a bunch of just passes that were off the mark, but it didn't look like it was like a calf issue. It looked like it was he thought he was going to cut this way, and so all of a sudden, the wide receiver's got to stretch his body out to pick the ball.
Yeah.
It's and that's always a dangerous situation, man. That's how players get hurt when they're stretching out their ribs like that.
Yeah.
Especially center of the field, bro. Like I had a buddy that played for Northwestern Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
He was a wide receiver, and he was like, bro, like that route, like you don't realize how scary like the middle route is because you're getting hit on either side. Like at least if you're on the sideline, like it's all coming from one side. You're not going to get blindsided by somebody. But those middle routes, man.
Get pancaked, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's where you leave a wide receiver out to dry, and they get really hurt, like in that center of the field.
For sure.
Just all dangerous. It used to be way more dangerous. They're protecting players now, so So the protection of the offensive player has changed substantially in in the last just a few years, really. But oh man, it's just a disappointing loss, man. At the end of the day, it was a rough loss.
It's gotta hurt worse for them, right? Because it's like they put your heart on the field for 3 hours. Yeah. And you come that close, and then you end up losing the game. It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah, and then the Browns win.
Yeah,
and the Baltimore Ravens lose. So all of this was a worst case scenario for the Bengals, because rather see the Ravens win because they're probably going to win the division either way. So why give the Browns a one step ahead of us?
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I see.
That's kind of where my head's at. It's worst case scenario. I'd rather have the Ravens win, let them be an extra game ahead. What doesn't matter because they're going to get enough wins. Lamar's not going to lose that many games, man.
Right.
He's just not. So, but it's about his postseason success that we're kind of waiting for. But when you can spend all your time on Lamar Jackson for this entire period of time, can anyone stop him? I think it's possible. That's the thing. But if you don't ever face him, you just don't know what you're about to take on. Lamar's just different. But with us, we need to keep up with the Browns. And if they keep winning for whatever reason, man, it's frustrating. I don't know. I feel like they have a great defense, but their offense just putters, and they still somehow win.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because Deshaun Watson is not the same Deshaun Watson and that he once was. So the whole division is such a difficult thing. If we were in any other division, we would be right in the thick of things for playoffs, fine. But this one, we're at the bottom.
Right. Then we got
with a winning record
Thursday.
What?
We played the Ravens Thursday.
I know that's the biggest game of the season.
Oh,
that's literally this Thursday, biggest game of the season. If we would have won this last game, it would have been doesn't really matter. Bigger game against Steelers and the Browns. But this game is now the biggest game. If we lose this game, that puts us at 500, and it's going to be a hole to climb out of. A hole, man. So just gotta come out and make sure Lamar's contained. It really comes down to Lamar Jackson. He is he's like their whole offense.
Yeah. Trey's not playing on Thursday, is he?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't realize how important one person is until they're not in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On offense and defense. It doesn't matter what side of the field they play on. These guys are so important. You think the Ravens would win of all those games without Ray Lewis?
Right.
On defense? No, never. Just because he was such a force, and the offensive players had to go in you don't run in the middle on Ray Lewis, bro.
Man, when Chad Johnson was mic'd up and got hit by Ray Lewis, he was like, man, he's like, was that Ray? He was like, man, he hit me hard. He was like, I thought I was gonna be able to take him, but it's just it's especially micing somebody up like Chad Johnson that just talks the entire game, but just showing that even on the field he's like. Ray's a bad dude, man. He's like it fucking hit me like a train. I didn't even see him coming.
Right. That's football. Where's your head at, Yaman? What are you thinking? What's going on? Those Cowboys. What happened? What happened to all these teams, man? We when I'm watching these football games, we think we know what's gonna happen, and then all of a sudden the complete opposite. Or the Jacksonville Jaguars, because they got whomped to the 49ers.
Let's talk about them Bills, too.
The Bills last night lost the Broncos. Bro. Man, what a... See, football's so unpredictable. It's so hard to tell what's going to happen. You just don't even... Last year, we were talking about the Bills were going to be, our biggest, competition to get to the Super Bowl, right? Them and the Chiefs. Now the Bills aren't even in the playoffs. Right now, they're looking like... They're, 5-5?
Yeah,
so,
it's crazy.
Josh Allen's looking like somebody hurt his dog or something. There's something going on at home that nobody knows about.
Yeah, he probably has something.
You know what I
in the-
mean?
all in the mental state, man. I look at it as like it's hard to be on that mountain and to stay up there. You know, it's gonna be what is Mahomes gonna do? What is Josh
He's
Allen
sticking
gonna
around,
do?
though.
What is Aaron Rodgers? When he's playing, what is he gonna do? Like it's
Bro, he's
always.
about to come back. It's crazy.
Oh no, Rodgers is coming back.
crazy.
He's coming back easily.
Better
I
be
think
This season, that's crazy.
I think
He is coming back this season.
That's what he's
They had to
saying.
do something.
I think Aaron Rodgers
Crazy.
in 2 seasons. I'm not gonna say now, but he being where he's at with the team that he has, this is the best and last chance he has to win a Super Bowl, hands down. I would have liked to see him stay in Green Bay one more time, retire that way, whatever. But I think this is his last. Like, either gonna do it going into next year, or that's gonna be it. But yeah, no. With the Bills, like, Josh is good. He's sweet, but it's like you can't. Some people just can't stay on the roll
Yeah.
forever, man. Like,
Yeah.
eventually you're gonna.
But Josh
come
Allen
back down.
didn't get to really like that high on the mountain.
He didn't, but he proved himself. He did show
No, he did.
very, very good
His talent, his
potential.
ceiling is still to be determined. We can still. I mean, he's like a more athletic version of like Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I mean, maybe like some Dante Culpepper in there or something. Like, you know what I mean? He had some build.
It's
But Josh Allen just runs too much. He's just gonna get hurt. Like, that's my thing, is he's just gonna get hurt. I mean, 1 + 1 is 2, right? So like, he's gonna run one time, and one of these linebackers are just gonna smack him, and now you're out. Like, not because you have anything, but just dislocated something now because it's knocked out of place. Like, that's what's gonna happen because he's so bold with the running. But his
think that's-
arm, dude, he can launch a football field, man.
Yeah, I think that's in his nature, like his mentality. Like, he just feel like he can just take a couple hits and keep going. But it
Yeah.
do wear you down over time. Yeah, so like,
That's it. Yeah.
and
mean,
then
he's-
depending on what shoulder, that do affect. It can affect how you pass the ball. Like, you get hit the wrong way on the shoulder. Next thing you know, your passes aren't
can't throw the ball the
as
same.
far, or as strong. So like, yeah.
Well, you never want to wish pain on anybody,
Yeah,
of
we
course,
ain't
but
wishing that.
Injuries are part of the game.
Yeah,
It's part of
yeah.
the game.
I look at it as like he's either gonna get wore down or he's gonna get washed out. He's gonna eventually no longer be in the conversation at some point. So like, for the Bills to be good and stay good and stuff, he's got to be healthy easily.
Yep.
Anything happens to Josh Allen, the Bills won't ever have a chance to do anything, unless they get another Josh Allen, I guess. But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens, like, going through the rest of the season. It's still early. A lot of games have been played. A lot of shocking moments have happened, but it is something to say. Like, a lot of games ended very surprisingly for a lot of people.
Who's your current MVP? Let's go. MVP.
Football.
Where's your current MVP at? Who you thinking?
Oh, I got this.
MVP.
Who you got, Jan?
I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Burrow's still playing good. I mean, he just had this was one game. His
Is he your
QB
MVP?
rating still high.
Yeah.
He got the highest in the league.
He had the highest for
Highest.
those stretch of games. For these stretch of games, yeah.
So I see that.
Not yeah.
Jackson, Lamar Jackson.
True.
I would say Purdy, but I don't know. I ain't sold on Purdy yet. I still know he good, but I'm not sold.
He's not
completely.
Mr. Irrelevant anymore. He's
Well, he's always Mr. Relevant, but yeah.
but he's proving himself.
He's relevant to be Mr. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's
just
proven
anytime you're the last quarterback or any player picked in the draft, you're Mr. Irrelevant. He just happened to be a quarterback that year, which is Brock Purdy, who happens to it's like a new version of what happened with Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Because Tom Brady was 6th round pick. The rest is history. But Brock Purdy's even deeper in the draft. So.
Became one of the
But who's your MVP right now? Who you got?
I feel like if everything goes how it goes, it might be Jackson.
Lamar?
I could see it being Lamar.
Fair.
Yeah, I could
That's
see it
fair.
being Lamar.
I say
I could definitely see Lamar. Yeah.
I say CJ could
CJ
be
Stroud?
good, second, third place.
Who's your
if-
first? Give me number 1.
I say Jackson is up there, but
Jackson,
it's hard because the one person that
Who else?
everybody's gonna keep
Who's
in the
your
conversation
who
is
would be your-
Mahomes.
Okay, Mahomes. Okay.
He's
Mahomes.
obviously gonna be there. Burrow is still there. I
Yeah.
see he's still top 5. I say if everything goes smoothly and things go the way people expect it, I guess in my opinion, I say Jackson. I say CJ, Mahomes, Burrow,
Okay,
Allen. I say that'd be top 5.
fair.
I say Burrow, bro. I think he's going 328 against Baltimore on Thursday.
Ooh,
I think he has a big game Baltimore Thursday too.
it's big.
I don't think Burrow's MVP. I think it's either
He's gonna win every game until the Super Bowl, and then and then the refs are gonna give it to the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Right.
right.
And
I got Tyreek Hill on my mind, man. Like
Okay.
as much as these quarterbacks are being the conversation,
So, top 5.
but Tyreek Hill is definitely in that conversation. He should be.
Okay.
He's literally gonna break. Like Tua is already like killing it. Like Tyreek's gonna break the record this year, I believe. I mean, if anyone can get 2,000 yards in one season, Tyreek Hill could probably do it.
I sure didn't think about it. Yeah, I sure didn't think about that.
So who's top 5? If he's
I was trying to
he's
like.
your guy.
If Tyreek's number 1, number 2 is Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Number 3 is Burrow. Number 4 is C.J. Stroud. Number 5 would be. Number 5's probably. I'm gonna give it to Brock Purdy
Okay.
because
Put him in there.
the reason I like Brock Purdy in there is because I do like. I mean, he's really good. I mean, he's just threw up like he's throwing up good. Like he might have good offensive talent around him, but I think he is got the. I mean, him and Tua, those two are just lining.
Yeah.
I could put Tua in the same position as Brock Purdy.
Okay.
But Brock's just good. He's really like calm. Like there's guys with equal like much better talent, much better speed, but Brock Purdy is very. He's making good decisions. You know what I mean? He's not quite like a Burrow, so I don't think he's going to be ever in front of Burrow. So I don't think he's going to get the MVP right now. As long as Burrow's in the league, I just don't know if Burrow is going to have a worse season than the Brock Purdy. But conversation, yes.
Do you think Trevor Lawrence could ever get in
Yes.
that conversation?
If Trevor Lawrence just didn't put 3 points up last weekend, I think I would have said his name. But 49ers just put 34-3 or whatever.
Smack them.
I feel like Stroud next year could be the year for Stroud.
I think I put CJ in there.
Yeah,
Man,
next year for sure.
he's crushing it. Like
Kill
me
it.
and my
Real good
Bryce
under
Young.
pressure.
Bryce Young and him are drafted 1 and 2, and Bryce Young is looking like
he going through it.
he going through it. He got no one to throw to, bro.
Yeah.
He got Thielen, but like Thielen was a number 2 in the Vikings or a 3 in the Vikings, and he's their number 1 by a long shot. You see how many receptions him compared to the number 2 guy? You should look it up. It's hilarious. Thielen has all the receptions. That's how bad the Panthers are. So, but like that's the thing is like, what else are you gonna do? What's Bryce Young gonna do? Got to give him he's got to get 2 more years to try. He's a rookie, bro. Give him time. But CJ Stroud just turned the whole Texans around. Texans could be the 1-9 team, right? You know,
He played real good under pressure too.
this is fun
Like,
out
I was
here.
real surprised at how he played. This
yeah,
past
I'm waiting for one of the kids to break their leg.
It's on
They
some
keep
like
jumping off the polar bear.
Yeah, this is on some holiday.
Oh man.
Oh
Every
yeah.
time I look at that polar bear, I think about Coca-Cola for some reason.
Oh, for
yeah,
sure,
the
bro. It's
commercial.
Yeah.
it's
Iconic.
definitely that's the only thing it's missing is the Coca-Cola bottle, man.
Giant
It's
Coke.
definitely it's either a Coke bear or a knockoff, but it's definitely
Yeah, they
Coke
like
bear.
pulled the Coke off it, so they sewed it like a,
right.
Put it down.
But we should talk about
Santa
the
down.
Santa, yeah.
Santa.
So we got some news that they're actually going to be having like open appointments. So instead of making an appointment on the website like we were talking about, you can just come in, get photos with Santa. You can even use your own phone if you want to take the photos instead of getting them printed out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so they're really trying to give you the experience down here at the levee.
Game changer.
Yeah, so we'll as soon as we get the hours and everything of Santa, we'll post them. We'll talk about it, and maybe we'll get Santa on the podcast again.
Yes, I think that's crucial. I was actually thinking about the imagery we have on the side. I was like, we need to get Santa back on and like replace the picture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Because I
bro.
love the Santa photo on that.
Yeah,
It was a good moment.
it was
Yeah,
great.
It was. So
2023 Santa moment.
Right,
Exactly.
for sure, bro.
Bring him
But yeah, so the levee's got a lot of stuff happening. They're going to be doing the lighting of the tree. I think when was it usually on like the 17th or like that weekend?
Yeah.
It's this weekend, isn't it? What's today?
Because 17th
Yeah,
is
well, the
Friday.
14th. Yeah. So about a weekend. Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah, so I think this weekend they're going to be doing the lighting of the levee. They got the outside tent up, right? So you can go out to be a part of like the tiki bar and all that stuff, and it's all like a winter wonderland. It's like you're living inside a little.
That tent thing is impressive, man. It is huge. You go in there and it's like it's 70 degrees outside. It's amazing how they do that, and they do it quick.
Yeah,
like
bro.
2 days, boom, it's up. Nothing. It's like they just pull it out of something, put it together, and boom, it's done. It's crazy.
And they make it cute in there too.
Yeah, they make it
with
really,
all
really
the
dope.
carpets and spots to sit. They got
Yeah.
fireplaces in there with the heat going. So yeah, it's nice and warm.
It's
you can
amazing.
I saw you walking around with a hot chocolate earlier, bro.
Oh man, it's that time. It's that time. People gonna call me crazy. I could drink hot chocolate any time of the year, but since normal people consider it now, I'm gonna start getting my hot chocolate rolled on.
There you go. All right, man. So what do you guys want to talk about, man? There wasn't too much going on in the world. I know around here in Cincinnati, there's a lot of restaurants that have been closing down. Have you noticed this?
Have
I mean, it was like 5 within the past week. Taft Ale House downtown, they are closing after I think 8 years, which is a shame, man, because that spot is incredible. It's like an old church. It has a great ambiance. It feels like something out of New York City.
Yeah.
So they're closing the doors at the end of the month. Nomad in Bellevue is closing their doors at the end of the month. Danielle's, it's a bar in Bellevue. I think the reason why they're leaving though is the building was bought, and so the people who bought the building are putting in a new bar. Yeah. But then the diner downtown, after 68 years, man, Hathaway's.
Oh, Hathaway's is closing?
Yeah, after 68 years, bro.
That's a long time. That's
what's happening?
Crazy.
I mean,
Raising prices are taking everybody
and
out?
that's what everyone's saying, man. And rate like brass tacks, everyone's saying that hey, the costs of goods are just out of control, and there's no way to contain it. You know, and of course, like the whole COVID thing, Taft Ale House did say that they never recovered from COVID. So that was something that, once.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Within the past 2-3 years, bro, like DoorDash has blown up. Like there's so many companies that have figured out a way around you having to go anywhere to get your stuff, because for 2 years we were stuck in the house. So Amazon, Walmart, Kroger, all these companies, they said, all right, you guys can't leave the house. We'll come to you somehow.
Yeah.
Give us $17.99 a month or $12.99 a month for the membership, and then we'll deliver your goods for free.
Right, yeah.
And that's just, it's getting to the point now where, especially when it comes to restaurants, man, there's less people coming in, so now they've got, all their food has expiration dates on them. So, there's food waste in that. If you're not selling everything that you're buying, and it's a scary situation, man. Especially when you see a company that's been around for 68 years. You know what I mean? Like they know how to run business, and they know how to do it, and they see the writing on the wall.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy.
That could be something too, or maybe the building was sold because downtown is on an uprise. The old Tower Place Mall is completely like gutted. So the old Macy's that was there, that's
I used to
where
work at that Macy's.
That's where Vintage is.
Yeah.
So they're taking over like the entire like makeup and cologne section of Macy's downtown. So like all glass on the walls, like glass windows. They're gonna kill it, bro.
Oh, for sure.
But it's a scary situation, man, because we see it on the walls as well. We've been here since 2019, and everything was just it was like that little character on The Price is Right, man. We're just climbing up the hill, doing that yodeling.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's just like now we're kind of just creeping down the backside of the hill, and it's like, how do we start going back up? And it's everyone's strapped for cash, bro. It's not like there's anything that we're doing wrong or anything that the levy's doing wrong. It's like over half of society is going paycheck to paycheck right now. So, I mean, when you and I go to the grocery store, bro, it's like $200 doesn't get you 6 days of food.
No, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't even cover a full week anymore. And it's like, what's going on, bro? Like,
Yeah. You have to really pick and choose, and you have to learn to spread it out and make the most of what you got and eat it to the end, and like, you know what I mean? Like doing the little things. Like you can make stuff go a long way. You can make things work. Put your bread and like freeze your stuff. Like buy a couple of those and freeze it and make it last longer. But like at the end of the day, like if costs are going up, there's really like you have to make the moves just to even break even. You know what I mean? So like. Until we see this, like, the idea that we're seeing less and less dollar bills, like physical, actual money, paper, cash. Like, it's not even existent in our drawer anymore. Really, it's crazy. It's all credit cards. So that's telling me one thing, like not seeing as much cash, and then also like not seeing as many like even the traffic. The traffic on the levee is just in general is slow because people don't go out, because when they don't go out, it costs them money to go out. So people
it costs you $200 to leave the house.
Leave the house. It costs you money. So like, and then when you're out there, it's crazy traffic. We're in the world where people are in fast pace to get wherever they got to get.
Dude,
so,
accidents everywhere. It's like everyone forgot how to drive, and then half these people don't have insurance.
It's like pandemic is still amongst us, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
Half the people still don't have driver's license.
Yeah, bro. There's out there whipping it, man.
It's
whipping mom's car or girlfriend's car.
Right.
It's insane how many accidents happen consecutively on the highways, 71, and it's so interesting. Like forgetting how to drive is one thing. Not knowing how to drive, not being safe, not paying attention to the road. It's just like everything that could go wrong in this spot at this time. And then there's traffic on top of that. So you're waiting to get around the people that just crashed. And
please let it not be raining.
Oh, my goodness.
Because people it's raining.
They definitely forget how to drive.
Driving like it's 90 degrees outside.
Oh,
Man.
my gosh. That terrifies me.
Yeah.
I don't even want to walk down the street.
It hasn't gotten easier, that's for sure, man.
Nah, doesn't sound like it.
But it's I don't know, man. It's we're in a we're all in this at the same time. We're all trying to figure out how to keep food on the table, how to keep the lights on, and how to make a couple extra bucks on the side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To have money to even fucking play around with. But it is weird, dude, that less and less cash is going around, and it's all I don't pay that much attention if it's a credit card or a debit card, like when people come in and pay. But I bet you most of them are people just putting stuff on credit and then hopefully,
that's what they're doing.
after Christmas I'll pay it off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the simple mindset.
I mean, that's the thing is though, like people still have to provide for their kids what they have going on. Like the little ones, it's not their fault that things are happening as is. So you have to do everything in your power to make the most of their life and make them feel like you aren't losing it. You know what I mean? Like that you are in control and you are able to take care of what they are. Things are you're going to be sparing, and you're going to be like very, picky with your decision making and what you spend your dollar bills on. But like you're going to think about the kids first automatically because they didn't ask for that. You know what I mean? They didn't ask for this situation. So you may eat a little less at lunch so that you can provide like an extra like cool toy or something that the kid really wants. You know what I mean? Like that's where humans are going to go always. They're always going to go to their families and they're always going to take care of the little ones first. So, like I stop by King Arthur's Toys every Friday now because Charlie likes to play at that place and stuff, and there's like a area underneath where there's like the party room, and they've got like this like zip line like thing you can sit on, and it just goes across the room, and there's like an arrow thing you can shoot arrows at the dartboard and stuff. Pretty cool. But that place is always busy, always sales happening.
I mean, King
Because-
Arthur's is like the Johnny Toys of today.
Exactly, and it's always busy.
Yeah.
Literally, every time I go, there's tons of people there. I get there around 5:30ish, always packed. Like, people are going to that location. It's not a walk-by location. There's nowhere to walk by.
It's not even easy to park there. That's
You
like
have
you
to
got to find the parking
Yeah, there's
lot.
a parking lot, but it's packed. It's sold out completely, most of it, because there's stuff around it too. But like, people are going there for it because they're thinking about their kids first.
For sure.
It's literally it. It's, I mean, you go, if you find where like something for the kids. So like here down at the levee, we're about to get they're doing the break experience here soon. So like that's gonna be really awesome, and I think that'll bring a lot of value to what we're doing down here. But like, people will go where they see their kids having the most, which is nice about the Santa conversation that we had earlier, is because we are like in that time where Santa's going to bring a lot of joy in a really dark time that we're in. You know what I mean? Like,
For
in
sure.
a time where people are stressed about spending that dollar on things. You know what I mean? Like we're in the clothing industry. We're not the first thing people think of, but we also understand that like kids like this stuff. Kids come in here all the time want this shirt. This Kanye shirt, dude, I'll tell you what, it's like our number one seller.
Yeah.
It really is. People that see that's in stock, and dude's like, it was the last time I was here, it wasn't in stock. So happy. I sold one this weekend because he's like, last time I was here, it wasn't here, and I need it. I can't live without it. I'm like, yeah, cool, man. Enjoy
Yeah,
it. Like,
man.
yeah, but like, he wasn't that young. He's probably like, he's younger than Landon. I mean, he's like 16.
I've got
You know, like-
I've got a good hack, bro. If you if you need to save a couple dollars at the grocery store, go to Aldi's. Like Aldi's is the
shout out.
bro. It's such a good like hidden gem. They do things a little bit different there, like no grocery bags. So basically, like when you're shopping, if there's an empty box like on the shelf, just grab the box and put it in the cart, and then you can fill up that box and then take the box to your car. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? So that cuts down on having more employees that got to break the boxes down, and then they gotta pay to throw the boxes away. But there's a brand there called Clancy's.
Yeah.
And bro, I promise you, anything that they make is better than the original brand. So like just yesterday, I had Clancy's like Doritos. So they're just like the nacho cheese Doritos, but the chips themselves are better, right? Like, so it's just like having a better chip with Doritos nacho cheese sprinkled all over it. Same thing when it comes to like the Oreo cookies. Like actually, I think that's a different brand called Benton's, but you can get like Girl Scout cookies there. Like obviously, support the Girl Scouts and whatnot. But
Right.
$7 a box is crazy when you go to Aldi's and get the same exact cookie for $1.55.
What?
You know what I mean? Yeah, for the
Yeah.
whole box, dude. Like, I heard the cereal is better too, man. I haven't had I have had the Raisin Bran, which is really good,
Yeah.
but I heard that the Lucky Charms version that they have is better than the real Lucky Charms. But and all their stuff's like $1.55, bro. And like even like the seasonings and stuff, it's all McCormick. It's the McCormick brand that you would get at Kroger for $5 or $6.
Yeah.
They sell it there for $1.50. So they've like it's a come up, dude. Like all these and everything there is really fresh too. Like you don't have to worry about like all these additives and stuff like that. The only one downside is a lot of the stuff expires like in 10 days. You know what I mean? So you can't like sit on it for a month unless you freeze it like AI was saying. But
Yeah.
Like
but
bread and
that's
stuff.
what happens with fresh food, bro. That's what happens. Like the preservatives that they put in there. That's the reason why they're good until December of 2025 is because they've got so
Right.
many additives and shit in there.
It's true.
The bread
Um,
lasts longer if you stick it in the fridge or the freezer.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I say the fridge though. You don't want it to
Yeah.
be complete like frozen.
I used to think that was weird because that just wasn't something that we did that
Yeah.
I saw us
Where,
do.
what'd you put in the fridge?
Your bread, I put it in the fridge.
I
Keep
had never seen it until I became an adult, and then I saw more families started doing it. I was like, oh shoot, I'm about to try this. Hey,
Because if you
it
just leave
worked.
it out, if you leave it out
worked.
sitting, it just get old, like mold and stuff.
Yeah, bro, I'd be sick. Buy 2 loaves of bread and you got to
Be
throw them both
gone.
away,
You feel
bro.
me?
Nah, bro. See, I can't be wasting bread.
Stick
I
it
like
in the fridge.
I like my sandwiches, yo.
Put the
Right.
freeze on.
I'd be
The
mad.
coldness on 10.
So BJ Davis from the Clean Play Club. He asked a question, actually.
All right.
Yeah, he asked a question here.
Clean Plate Club in the house.
Shout out.
What's
He
up?
said, do you feel that deals keep companies afloat or content? BJ Davis, do you feel that
that's a
deals
great question, because
keep companies
that's like a
afloat?
multiple part question.
or content?
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. What's up?
So I think it just keeps them content, because what you're trying to do is, if the way that I look at it, like if we're throwing deals or sales out, it's because we need to put gas in the engine.
Yes.
Right, you know what I mean. So as soon as the boat's back on the water and we're doing 55, the deals aren't going to be there. But unfortunately, like we're fighting these huge monsters like Amazon, and like I love Amazon. I buy from them 5 times a week, right?
Yeah.
And you can't avoid it. But the problem is like, how do you? Now everybody is in that mode where I can get a shirt for $17.99 and I can get it delivered tomorrow.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So now it's like, how do you compete with that? Like, everything we do, we print in-house, and it's all on demand. So if somebody orders something on the website, we pull the blank shirt, we print it right there for them, and then we ship it out.
Yep.
Right? But everyone's on this, I want it now, and I want it half the price.
Correct.
So how do you compete with Amazon during Christmas time without throwing sales?
It's hard. I think most of it comes from connecting to the customer.
100%.
So where deals happen, when you do the deals, you're doing the deals to show appreciation to the customer that has been loyal. Whereas deals on like Amazon Prime days, they're just like, all right,
It's a cash grab.
Yeah, cash grab. Ours is more along the lines of when I see like give discounts, I'm like, all right, well, if we're gonna do a sale on like 2 for 50 tees, we want our regular customers to come in and be like, let's get 2 this time, and get a little bit of something off the top. It may also drive, sales just because someone's looking for deals, and that's a natural human response. But I think a lot of it comes from showing appreciation to those who have continued to support along the way. So like a deal to throw to them, that's huge, because we give out these cards where they make a sale and they get 20% off in December, and that's kind of running right now. But like a lot of our friends that are going to come through are going to come through anyway. So like throwing in the 20% off is like an extra, hey man, like appreciate you, like
100%.
yeah. So I think it works differently on a bigger business scale, but on a local business, it's a lot of appreciation. And I think there is some like strategy in it too, in the sense of like when you're given their deals, you also understand that like that they wouldn't even have come in the door without maybe saying, hey, I can go down there and get a deal now. I can show my Instagram post when I wasn't really thinking about going down there, but I needed something to do. So like through social media, like it also like does do us good to get them to the store physically so we can talk to them. And like we might be a quick reminder. They might have a bad day. They see it on Instagram. Oh, I can also show my phone and go down and see the dudes. Yeah, I need to get a hat anyways. So they'll come down. And like there's a few ways that I think deals bring value outside of just getting someone 10% or 20% off their item. So I think there's definitely a deeper purpose for deals and making it so the customer gets less off their bill.
Yeah, and especially for us too, like we're willing to give you 20% off or half off the lab for coming down here and seeing the store, right? Like that's our thing, is like, if you come down here, if you see what we're doing, you'll be able to walk in, you'll be able to see the podcast stage, you'll be able to see the store, hopefully find the clues to get you into the back room. But like our big thing is like, yeah, you can buy the stuff on the website and that's great, but come down and see what we're actually working on, because the website is so it's so like cut and paste, right? It's like you're here to buy something and check out. But for the store, like we're really trying to give you the experience. So like it's never we never give you the feeling of like you're walking in and we're hounding you to, hey, like, you want to buy something? Do you need something? It's just like, hey, like we're here if you need us. it's a lot to take in here at the store, but that's why we built it, is for you to come in and download everything that we put on the walls, so you can think about everything. And when you go home, you're sitting there watching Friends on TV, and you're thinking about the 7-Up door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just a 7-Up sign popping in your head, or every time you see a 7-Up commercial now, you think about the store.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
not about the actual drink itself. And that's what we're trying to do, is just give you an experience and leave you with memories that that you're going to want to come back to the store and buy stuff, because Andrew took care of me, or Tyrell took care of me, or YOMN really went above and beyond, and I want to go back and support those guys, because they were it's not just a Macy's where we're coming in and saying
Exactly.
everything's fingered apart and everything's ready to go, and we'll what do you want? What do you want? You need this? You want
Right.
that? We'll get it for you. It's like, yeah, we'll do that, but it's not that's not our MO. Our MO is just to come in and experience the store. So I think to bring it back, the discounts, the reason why I like giving the discounts is to get people in the store, because I know once they come in here, once they see it, once they meet the staff, they're gonna come back, with or without a discount, because they're gonna
Right.
want to support, and that's our big thing. So that's why I think it's kind of like the discount thing is just to get us by for the time being, instead of like. Because you don't want to dilute the brand. You don't want to just give
Right.
out discounts all the time and just say, hey, every Tuesday we're doing buy one, get one free. Every Friday we're doing 40% off. Every Thursday we're doing $20 teas, because then all of a sudden, you're not going to get any sales until Thursday, because your teas are only worth $20 now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And there people are waiting for the specific days, and they go there, and if they can make that one, if not, they'll make the next one.
Right.
And you don't want that kind of a mentality.
But if you are a fan of the podcast, if you guys watch this, if you guys know the four of us, you can always come in and just say, hey, I know Jay, I know Tyrell, I know YOMN, and we'll gladly give you the friends and family discount, because that's it's all about networking, right? It's all about building the brand and getting it out to the masses, and anybody that fucks with our group, they're already in that same caliber of people that we want wearing the clothes. So it goes hand in hand. So it's like, I'm cool with giving discounts to people, because in the long run, when this store is on autopilot, we're not going to be able to give those discounts anymore, because it's going to be more of a corporate thing. So that's, for the time being, while we're running the ship, let's
take care of the ones. And he also, Brian had a couple things to say. He was like, it's content as in media, which I kind of approached in the sense of our Instagram media, giving them the discount to get them to the store. It kind of works that way.
Mm-hmm.
But he also says, you guys should do live calls so people
bro, I'd
can
love
come
to.
in questions. We would love to. I
gotta figure out how to make that happen, man. That's my own fault, because I learned how to do all this off of YouTube University, and I haven't gotten to the point yet. Actually, A-Hunt's here right now, man. A-Hunt knows how to do those Skype calls and get them involved. You need some of this?
Yeah.
He said, just call me and put me on speaker. I can do that.
Call and put him on.
Can he hear? Would he be able to hear it? Let's see. Let's try that.
You know what? We had a the cord's at my house. We had a cord that you can plug in and they can plug right into this. I wonder if that's how we can bring
I just
somebody
don't know how
live.
much I'd be able to hear.
I mean, if you set it on the mic, you'd be able to hear him. It'd be really trebled, but
Let's try.
by the way, bro, I'm loving this
Hello?
sweatshirt I just made.
The puff print.
This all glows, bro. This glows bright orange in the dark.
Can you
Heck
speak,
yeah.
Brian? Let's see if we can hear you.
Hello, testing.
Hey, there he is. What's going on, big dog?
What's going on? How's everybody doing today?
Doing good, man. It actually doesn't sound too bad.
Doesn't sound bad, huh?
Hey.
Well, look at us. Okay, well, I appreciate you guys kind of diving into that question. Andrew kind of has an understanding of the Clean Play Club and, how, we've been in business for a couple of years now, but it's cool kind of watching how you guys are diving a little bit deeper into the logistics of why you're doing what you're doing as far as deals versus content and things of that nature. Now, one of the questions that I wanted to kind of shoot out there to you guys, to the experts in this realm, is at what point do you decide that deals or discounts or any of that stuff are appropriate? Do you wait until your audience is established and wait till you have consistent customer flow, or are you using the deals to incentivize people to invest in the brand?
That's another good question, man. I think we're doing it more to incentivize the brand, where we're trying to, right now, and November's that tricky state, man, where they're hanging on to their money because they got to save it for Christmas time. So November is usually it's the bow and arrow moment. It's like December's when everybody pops out and everyone has these 4 weeks just to try to buy as much stuff as they can. So for us, like trying to do it in November is just trying to get a little head start on it and saying, hey, what we're doing is if you come and if you buy something in November, then you'll get a discount card for 20% off in December. So we're just trying to get ahead of the ball where, we know November is going to be slow. So if you want that 20% off, and you can, if you've got a $400 purchase or $500 purchase, it's going to save you $100, right? So it's a good discount to get during Christmas time, especially when you're shopping for family. So if we can do that and get people here early in November to lock in that discount for December, that's what we're trying to shoot for.
Sure, sweet, man. That's good.
Yeah, bro.
Good stuff.
What so what you got anything going on with the Clean Play Club? You got any ideas for Christmas time? Anything that you're trying to advertise?
Yeah. So right now we are we do individual meals, but we have a contract with a local charter school where we help them to develop a garden and roll out programming around the upkeep of the garden, the planting of the seeds, the harvesting and everything. And it's infant through 5th grade. So we teach them to kind of go through that process, and then we take those vegetables from the garden and then we utilize it into their breakfast and lunches.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a super cool opportunity, and what it also does is it allows us to put them into a position where they are more likely to try the things because they were involved in the process of making it.
100%, bro.
They're creating a relationship with these things before, we're just putting carrots in front of them and telling them to eat it. They have an association and a memory with like, oh yeah, I planted this. Oh yeah, I did this. Now, now their walls are down a little bit. So yeah, we're trying to scale that, and
that's incredible, bro.
Like with the individual meals and things like that, we'll have people take pictures with the stuff and create a hashtag and get entered in a raffle and all that fun stuff. But yeah, for now, we're just trying to scale that the school idea and just kind of reach as far as we can and start developing gardens and building gardens and trying to, raise awareness around the fact that, vegetables don't have to be, or at least not even just vegetables, just living a healthier way of life doesn't have to be so, frowned upon.
I mean, that's incredible, man, because not only are you getting the kids involved with what's going on, right? But, that's something that the school's missing, and that's something that that they should be teaching kids anyways, at least in 9th to 12th grade, is like how to harvest your own food, because what happens if something does happen?
Exactly.
Well,
and not only that too, just I'm sure everybody in this room can agree that we all grew up with Pizza Friday and corn dog Day and all that stuff. So, to kind of change the narrative around that, you can still have a Pizza Friday, but maybe we get the tomatoes for the sauce out of the garden and we make our own tomato sauce.
Right.
Switch it up a bit.
And is this and is it? There's only one school that you're working with right now, because this seems like something that you could do on a mass scale, man. That a lot of companies would be biting bit to be a part of.
Yeah, we're definitely in conversation with a couple of different schools. We have a couple people on the board of directors that are interested in the concept. And right now, what we're doing is at the school we're in, we're sinking our roots real deep, getting our order of operations, and most importantly, we're collecting the data. So we've already collected the test scores from last year to this year, and they've already increased by 32%.
Nice, dude.
The compliance and just the likelihood of kids even trying the vegetables is going up. Their morale is going up because, I mean, I don't know if Andrew told you, now I'm also a personal trainer, so I'm big on, you know, the differences between sustainable and non-sustainable energy. And when you have processed foods, you know, it's a lot harder for your body to digest that versus it being non-processed, and now you have energy that lasts a lot longer, which creates higher morale, higher energy, which creates more participation in classrooms, which domino affects the higher test scores, which makes schools more eligible for grants and funding. And, you know, just something as simple as, you know, giving the kids an option and allowing them to be a part of the process rather than just telling them what they're eating for the day.
Man, I'm impressed, bro. I think this is a great like move for you. Like, not only that, but you know, being able to tap into these kids at a young age, it's really going to, like you said, it can almost propel them in a different you know, trajectory, just because of the fact that, you know, and as a kid, you don't want to eat the greens, you don't want to eat the bell peppers, you don't want to do these things. But if you're growing them then yourself, it's like you've got that curiosity, like, oh, and like, you know, it's ripe, it's here. I made this, now let me try it. You know, and that's
exactly. I mean, when it all boils down to, it's like if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
For sure.
Yep.
Have you ever thought about or have you pursued like trying to hit up Kroger about this and saying, hey, you know, we're working with the school, we're trying to get multiple schools involved. You know, is there a way that you know, you guys can donate like tomato seeds, like, you know what I mean, like link into a company like Kroger that has their hands into Cincinnati already, and say, hey, why don't you guys give us some seeds to plant for these kids? You know, I know it's almost a double-edged sword, because Kroger wants to, you know, they want you to buy the products from them, but if they can put their name on this alongside yours, you know what I mean, like powered by Kroger, like that's something that can go, you know, it can have a lasting effect where you'll be able to get 10 other, you know, schools out of it.
Yeah, that's definitely not something that I thought about, but I mean, that's a great idea, and especially since they're already global, I mean, it wouldn't be anything to try to establish a partnership there, and I'm sure they'd be on board with.
Bro, you know what I would do? I would hit up Kroger and be like, my second email is going to Publix.
Yeah.
Publix is a grocery store. They're like south. They're in Florida and a couple other places. Yeah. They're moving one up here to Northern Kentucky. They're literally like jumping right into Kroger's backyard. So I would use that as leverage and just say, hey, I want to go to you guys first because I shop at Kroger. I eat your products. I love your products. You know, but if you guys say no, I'm a hit up Publix because they're a reputable brand that's moving into Northern Kentucky, and watch how fast Kroger goes. Yeah, bro, here's all the seeds you want. You know what I mean?
All right, create a demand. I like it.
Always, bro. We're gonna have to get you on the podcast, man. We're gonna have to. I want to know more about this Clean Play Club for sure.
Okay, sweet, man. Yeah, I'll be happy to join. I appreciate you guys having me on for a little while, man. Thanks for all the guidance.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, we'll and AI will reach out to you, and we'll lock in a Tuesday for you to come in, and we'll get drunk and have a good time.
It works for me, man. All right, you guys have a good night.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate
Later,
you,
brother.
man. Talk soon, dude. See you. Love you, bro.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, he's awesome, bro.
It's always cool hearing what other people have going on, man, because it's like you don't think outside the box, right? Like we think clothing, sales, right? Like, but we never think about the other side of the aspects, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And something like that is so genius, bro, because all you're doing is tapping into the youth at a young age. And like I said, if they're planning it themselves, like they're gonna want to try the stuff, and it's so genius because like there's no other way that you're gonna get a kid to eat a red pepper,
Right.
Unless
Yeah.
he grows it himself, and then you go, hey, this is really good on pasta or whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, he the whole thing, like now he's involved with Beyond the Stage, and he's one of the sponsors as well. So like, it's pretty cool. The whole thing. Like I got my dog from him. I have the husky from him.
Oh, really?
That's where I got the husky.
Okay.
It's from Brian. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then he moved to Columbus, and he has a little one, and he had to go take care of that. And I had the dog, and here we are.
Man, there was a terrible accident in Columbus this morning. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
Tractor trailer collided with a charter bus, killed 13 people, I think.
Dang.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
That is insane.
that is.
Yeah, man, it's terrible to hear too, bro. Because I like the second I heard that, I just thought about all the families that come through here because of Noah's Ark.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh,
one
yeah,
of
yeah.
those charter buses, so it's like one of those where they were out of town trying to explore Columbus, and they got hit by a semi
It's
trailer.
rough.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
That's
man.
wild,
yeah,
So
man. And it's and so close to home too, man. It's like I've got so many friends in Columbus. I wanted to reach out right away just to make sure everyone's okay, because I got so many friends that head into work at 9:00, and that happened like 8:47. So right away, like my first thought was DJ Nails, like going into to
Yeah,
work for the
yeah.
radio station. But I was like, no. Once I read the article, it's like it was a charter bus. But
Still scary,
regardless,
man.
man, it's especially in Cincinnati, bro. Like these semi drivers, they're out of control. Like they built 275 to go around downtown. You know how highways are, right? Like 75 goes north to south, 71 goes north to south, and then anything that's got like a 2 on it, like 275 would be a loop. So in any state you're in, 270 it's a loop, and then the 4s, like 471 is a connector, so it's like a half circle.
Sure. Yeah.
But so they build these like 275s to go around downtown, so that there's no congestion, and that they can keep all these big semis out of the congested areas. But they don't listen, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and they 70 miles an hour is like the low point for a semi driver, especially if you're heading to Louisville, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's they are on a fast track, bro.
Flying down the highway.
Yeah, they don't care about anything. It's just that 2-lane highway straight down to Louisville. But it's crazy times, man. And like, what else I've noticed too is like obviously I'm blind, so I'm always like my eyes are always like heightened to light, but I really feel like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, bro, like the sun is beating off of everyone's back windshield so hard that it's almost impossible to see the road anyways. You know what I mean? Like some of these times when I'm with Kaylin in the morning and she's got to go to like Crestview Hills, like over there, like where the all the doctor's offices are.
Oh yeah.
I'll be driving home, bro, like eyes squinting, can barely see. It's like it is out of control, man.
Yeah, that area is crazy. I mean, really, all the areas from Florence down this way are just crazy congested traffic, and I don't like to drive in any of it
No.
at all. Period. It's my least favorite part of the drive, and that's where I'm from is Florence. So like,
Yeah.
I have to go out there a lot. But dude, like, come on, like, there's just nonstop traffic, and I mean, I don't know what's to blame, but it's definitely Amazon or something bringing all these people here, because it's crazy, bro. There's
Yeah.
so many people. I don't even know, like, but the Florence Mall's dead. It's like literally the most random thing.
That bridge that connects, that bridge that takes you right over Covington, like if you was on your way up to Florence, you know what I'm talking about? That bridge that's right there, it's always packed.
We're talking the Brent spent like the bridge from Cincy to Covington.
The one that goes over Longworth Hall, is that the name of it? That building where
yeah,
energy
yeah,
and all that is?
yeah, the Brent Spence
that
bridge.
bridge is always packed.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what time of day it is, it's always packed. You want to stay away from the early mornings, and you want to stay away from like 5 or 6 o'clock evenings. I promise you.
Yep.
It's
Bro,
great.
at one point they wanted to put a toll on that bridge.
Yeah.
I
So
heard
you would
about
have
that.
to
That'd been weird.
stop, pay a toll, and then drive through. It's like, can you imagine the traffic that would cause, bro? Like, you're out of your mind,
They
Yeah.
got sick.
Out of your mind.
man.
Mad sick.
But at least like toll booths aren't like they used to be. Like you got those ones where you can just slap the little thing on your windshield, and you can just fly through in the fast lane, and it just deducts it right out of your bank account.
That's dope.
Impressive.
Yeah.
There's like
It's impressive until you look at your bank account and you're like, damn, bro, $1.75 every morning, $1.75 every night.
it
Like,
isn't the same even if you have to put the money in,
Start the add up.
still the same.
rather than like throwing it out the window into the little circle can like from a movie or something.
Bro, you know what? A crazy story. I was on the I was in Florida. I was on the, what do they call it, the Gator Highway or something like that, and you got to pay a toll rate when you get in, and the guy in front of me didn't have a quarter. All it was is 25 cents. It's literally just like an aggravated 25 cents to get on the highway.
Yeah.
And he was standing out of his car like checking around his seat for a quarter.
Yeah.
I'm like, here, bro, I got you. And I leaned out of the car and I flicked it to him, and he went to grab it, and it bounced off his hand and landed right in the thing.
Oh.
And he was like looking around for it. I'm like, alley-oop, bro. Like, you're good.
Yeah.
And he looked over and the thing was up. It was just like one of those moments where I was like, it could have just come. I just flicked it at him, like, thinking that like
Right.
he's just a buddy of mine. It just bounced right off of him and landed in the little thing. It's like, goal!
I thought you was about to say something crazy, man.
Yeah.
I thought you was about to say something like you flicked it, like bounced off his hands, rolled down the street, and like fell in the sewer or something.
That's what I should have said. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it actually it rolled
man.
into the curb, and then he went to go grab it, and then he got attacked by an alligator.
Right.
Which, by the
That
way,
thing
bro,
came
when
right
I
out of there.
when I moved to Florida, I heard so many stories about alligators, bro. It was like don't go near ponds, don't do this, don't do that. I never saw a single alligator when I was down there, not one.
Oh really?
But the first week I was down there, two women got it. I think one woman's dog was killed, and then another woman was attacked just jogging around a pond.
Damn.
But
Jogging, you were attacked. Oh my god.
yeah, bro, like don't even see them. They just hang out right there on the water line and just come up and fucking drag you right back in.
I seen two. Oh, yeah, my bad, bro.
I was just gonna say, my mom told me, like after the first couple of weeks she was there, she didn't see none. She went fishing with her dad, and they come up right where you're at, and they'll sit there. Like some Florida people, they're just so used to it, so they don't move. Like they're just like, oh, it's another one. Old man comes, smacks it, goes away. My mom was like, I think she was just like petrified, like she didn't know what to do. So she
It's a dinosaur, bro.
But it's one of those things when you're used to it. Like Grandpa's like, he's cool. He's like, you're good. You're good. Just keep doing you. You're good. So like some people are so desensitized. You ever watch those videos of people trapping them? Like trapping them in garbage cans and stuff like that. Like that's just
Man.
so funny. Some people don't care. Other people running for their life. You know who the tourist is? It's the person that's running. The other person's like, nah, bro, go get the broom, bro. He'll take off running. It's fine. It's like, what?
that photo of the alligator on the golf course with your dad was insane,
Oh,
bro.
Dude,
yeah,
the
that-
picture, yeah.
Dad was on a golf course with an alligator.
Yeah, he
it
was.
just walks up. Like
His dad was
he's-
in Myrtle Beach like a month ago, and he was out on the golf course, and this thing's literally, it looks like the
dinosaur.
same alligator that took Chubb's hand off of Happy Gilmore, bro.
It's a dinosaur,
Was that his
bro.
name, Chubbs?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chubbs.
You took Chubb's eye.
I think my dad was in Florida for this video. Though. Let me see.
No, that was Myrtle Beach, bro.
I don't know where he was. He was somewhere.
It was
Because-
It was Myrtle Beach.
It's just.
I talked to him about it.
Did you talk to him?
Yeah.
He saw the big one. It was crazy.
He went golf. It was the golf thing out there.
Golf
I-
course, yeah.
We had a conversation because
Okay.
I was hitting golf balls in Myrtle Beach one time with my dad out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
fun. I need to.
Because he was traveling all over. He kept staying in all
Avoid.
these really nice houses from different places.
Yeah,
So,
the house he showed us.
the back entrance was nicer than the front entrance of any
Yeah.
house.
It looked like that house that was in the what was that movie with can't even think of it. Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire's and old movie. Can't think of the name of it. Whatever.
Yeah, here it is.
But it looked like that side of it.
This thing,
I think it's The
yeah.
Great Gatsby.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, the Great Gatsby.
It
There
looked
you
like
go.
that party
That movie's
house.
fire, bro.
The back of it, it was beautiful. And that was just the back of the house.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Beautiful.
Here's the alligator that Pop
It's just-
saw.
It's just he just pulls up.
It's right there.
Yeah, bro, you just pull up like, and some people in Florida they just see that and they don't even react.
You say he was golfing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're, that grass is golf course. But yeah, he just pulled up. He just sat there. I'd have been gone. No, I'd have been nowhere near that.
What, it's
thing.
like 6 feet long?
I think it's
Prob-
bigger than 6
Probably
feet.
longer than
Yeah.
that, yeah.
7
I
feet?
mean, that's a big out. Oh, it's bigger than 7, I'd say.
God damn.
That thing is a small human.
I mean, think of Yum laying next to that. And how much
I'm
bigger
not
is
trying to
Yum?
imagine myself laying next to nothing.
He's like, no, don't put me next to that
That's
thing.
probably at least a,
Don't lay me next to that
that's
alligator.
probably like a
that's a small
10, a
human.
10-foot plus. 10 foot. I
Yeah.
mean, it's huge, man. It's big. It's definitely. I mean,
I'm
if you were to
good.
put him from the ground to the basketball hoop, I think he would hit. I think he could. Yeah,
Oh, no.
from his end of his tail to the end of his mouth. His,
Do you think his little arm's gonna slam dunk a ball, bro?
probably.
His teeth would.
He gonna roll up.
You gotta join the Toronto Raptors, bro.
Man, if I see an alligator on a basketball course, I'm gone.
Alligator?
I don't care. I don't
No.
care what ball he's near. He ain't near me. I'm over here.
All right, just a real quick. I'm gonna throw this out there, and I hope the Cleveland Browns change their name to the Cleveland Steamrollers.
Yeah.
Man, the Cleveland
Onward.
Steamrollers.
I just hope their mascot looks better, or they keep the bulldog and get away from that elf-looking thing. That I don't
Yeah.
understand it.
That thing is weird, bro.
Why? Why would they? Whose decision was that? To, hey, let's put him on the field. No,
What does it look
Yeah,
like?
it
horrible.
definitely. It definitely looks like a low
Like a Christmas elf.
college
But it was
mascot.
It was horrible. It wasn't even like a little bit odd. Like it was bad. It was very bad. I don't know why they did that.
yeah, it's just not
Not a good.
not a good look. But
Not a good idea.
the Browns,
They're doing good though. They're playing better than their mascots looking.
That's.
Are they playing good, or are they letting them play good?
I think they play
Some-
pretty. It's their defense. for
some
sure.
some people are whatever.
Hey, shout out to Aprina real quick, man. Aprina Johnson.
okay.
Yeah, she Revolutionary Love, man. She's been a fan of the brand for a long time. She did a photo shoot with us like maybe 2015, like 8 years
Okay.
ago.
Okay.
She just got to sing the national anthem at the Bengals game on Sunday.
Oh, snap.
That's awesome.
She killed it, bro. It sounded so amazing. It gave Kayla and I goosebumps. And she's on like a fast path right now, bro. And it's really cool to see somebody like her that's put in the work. She's been doing this for 10 years, man, and she's just killing the game. So Prina, shout out to you. I love seeing how the
out.
hard work is finally
Shout
paying
out!
off.
Shout
for you.
out!
Yo yo.
Ski, ski! Shout out!
Yeah.
Poppin'.
Nice. That's awesome. Doing the like, anytime you get to be on that level of a stage in front of and you know the person, I can imagine the cold chills you're feeling.
Oh,
man.
bro, it
Like,
was insane. Actually, I'm a pull. Oh, you know what? She's got a better video. I'm gonna
I think I saw it.
I'm gonna let you guys hear it, bro, because it's
Yeah, let's listen.
not only because she's a friend of mine, but the way she sounds is absolute. Like, there's no way that you wouldn't get.
Tonight's colors are presented by the First Student Army Training Corps for African Americans, the Marauder Battalion from Central State University Army ROTC.
So this is them announcing Aprina Revolutionary Love Johnson.
Now, to honor America, performing tonight's national anthem, please welcome Cincinnati's own Aprina's Revolutionary Love.
Bro, her voice is insane.
Can you see by the dawn's early light
Chills.
was so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? In the
Beautiful.
home of the brave.
I'd probably pass out if I was at that game.
Yeah.
Oh
Whoa,
my God.
what a-
Right?
What a performance.
Yeah, bro. And she said she could have done it better. Right?
Better than that.
You know.
What?
She's crazy, bro. Absolutely
is-
insane.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
We got to get her on the podcast
Yes.
too, man.
We got to get her to sing here. Like what?
Yeah, she
Right?
What?
We need to tag her in. I need to tag her in this real quick.
I think I seen it. I might have been on the phone with Bailey
I
or
saw-
something
I saw
and
that.
and passed through on Facebook and saw that. But that was chills, bro. Chills, literally.
Sorry, I know you guys are hearing this right now.
Man, but she has like her voice, her range is just so next level, for real. Dude, that's just straight talent at the highest degree.
And getting put on the stage in the
Right.
highest degree too, man. Because when it comes to singing the national anthems, it's typically people that are on the cusp of stardom, right? Like, you'll get people that'll get to sing at the playoff games, but there's so many sports games that happen around the United States that it's like, it's most of these people that are just on the cusp of stardom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for somebody like her, man, she's been doing this for so long, and it's always been a positive vibe. She calls herself Revolutionary Love because she's just trying to put that positivity out in the world, man. And so for her to finally get it back and to be put on a spotlight like that and kill it, bro, like it was so cool. That wasn't last Sunday. That was the Sunday night game before that. So, being able to be there and to see a friend shine is incredible, bro. Especially in front of 60,000 people, bro. Like how's your voice not gonna crack? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like how do you stay focused? And like she said, thankfully she didn't realize that Trippie Redd was there until after she was singing. Like, he was just hanging out like with the Bengals, bro. He was just kicking it with Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Trippie Redd.
Oh well. Big
Yeah.
deal.
Just like-
I wonder
Even-
what like goes on her mind while she's singing.
Right,
Like,
just-
does she pay attention to the crowd, or is she just like in the zone? She just
It's
like,
probably tunnel vision, bro. You
straight
probably
tunnel
just.
vision, you
I
feel
mean,
me?
how does it happen when you're on stage? It's probably the same type of feeling.
how do you cut out
Do you
the
get that
noise?
tunnel vision, or do you focus in? Do you see people in the crowd, or is it
it's
all
like,
just a big
yeah,
blur?
It's like in and out. I look in the back. You know how like when you used to when you had do presentations in class,
They tell you to
They
look
in
at
the back.
eyes. Yeah.
I like looking it back, and then every now and then I look in the front and like grab eye contact with people, and that's how I do it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Does it feel like a blur?
Yeah, cause it don't. I don't know. Everything just happening all in one motion.
Yeah.
So you don't even like you just in the moment right then and there.
Right.
You know. So. That's
Yeah.
how
I kind of feel like that's probably the same for Prina, man. It's like it's there and it's gone so quick,
Yeah.
right? Like you're preparing for this moment, and the song's maybe 3 minutes long, right? And so, you're sitting there, and it's like you're singing the song, and by the time it's over, you're like, holy shit, it's already it's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
Over as quick as it started.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Blackout like Will Ferrell in Old School. Like, what happened?
I,
What happened?
in my experience, like being on like doing the stage thing and like performing, I kind of embraced the crowd. I really didn't try to look past the crowd. I would kind of like, and honestly, I would look at every person in the crowd's eyes. I would stare at each person that I could literally see. If I could see the lights in their eyes, I would literally look at each person because I felt like that then created experience because now they
you're
were locked
connecting.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so rather than run from the attention, I was more like, hey, let's like start focus on the people in the crowd and let's tend the show to them. And then over time, I think it worked because people are like, hey man, this is a great show. Like I felt like I was in it, man. Because some people would jump on stage and I'd give them the mic and stuff and put it in the crowd and let the microphone just go about the crowd and let people do their screaming thing and let them, they knew the words, that's cool. If they didn't know the words, just throw something in the mic, dude. Like it's not gonna, my drummer's gonna be on point every time, so it doesn't matter what you do. So like that was kind of like my mentality with it, but like I could definitely see how someone would be like, let's look in the back and let's find a point on the back wall.
Well, no. Well,
And
when I
stare
said
at it,
that,
yeah.
what I meant was like, you know, like if it's a big crowd, obviously you're not going to be able to look at every single person.
I
But I
try.
would like start from the back and work my way to the front.
I start in the
You
front.
know.
I start front. I just and
Then
I
what about the people in the back that's looking?
can only
You
go
gotta-
so far.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I
But if the
start in
people in the
back and I work my
front
way to
have
the
a
front.
great time, the people in the back it's gonna like transpire because you know the people that are like, it's an energy thing. So when the energy is at its highest and everyone's vibing well, the front really dictates what happens to the back. You can only do so much with the back, like
What's a glimpse?
unless you're launching T-shirts, which I did. I mean, I would ball a T-shirt up with tape and launch it to the back if we had like a decent show. But like, really, if you're in a big arena on that scale, like they're way far back, I mean, those people are there gonna enjoy it no matter what. But if you're on a smaller scale show where there's only like maybe 150, 200 people there, I mean, every person in that room can be tended to. It's a 20-minute set. I mean, you give every person 3 seconds, like that's. I mean, you're good.
Yeah, that's
You-
what I was saying.
and
It's a
then
glimpse.
and at the end, you'll see the people lined up at the merch table. And you will see other bands don't have it at the merch table and you all got the same 30-minute set, and you may not be the headliner, but here you are meeting these people. You're meeting these people because you took the time to stare them in the eyes and shake their hands on stage when they're all trying to reach up and say what's up. You touch each person, you give them their time. You may give them the microphone, like, and then all of a sudden they
you sing into their camera, you sing into their phone.
Yeah, you create a fan for life.
That's
Right
something
there,
that
man.
you know, like there's.
I believe.
I've seen a lot of musicians in my time, and some of them that stick out are like Switchfoot. Out of all the bands that I've seen, like
Okay, yeah.
Switchfoot, Fuel. There's a couple people that really I've got photos of or video of that crawled out into the crowd. It was during the Pepsi Jammin' on Main in Covington, like a lifetime ago.
That's cool.
But I've got a photo of the lead singer of Switchfoot. It was pouring down rain, and he crawled out onto the crowd. So the crowd's holding him up, and he's singing, and he's literally like, he's got the microphone, and he's singing into my camera. And so he's looking at the camera, and I've got like this perfect photo of him, like rain coming down,
That's
like
sick,
the purple lights from the stage behind him, and same thing for Fuel was on that same night, and I got the same experience with them. But it's like it's one of those things, man, where it's like Switchfoot, not my favorite band, you know what I mean, but like one of my favorite memories because he locked eyes with me or with my phone and had that moment where I've got it captured forever. You know what I mean? So I almost feel like I've got a connection with him where if I ever did see him, I'd be like, yo, check out this photo. And he'd be like, fucking send it, bro.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
this shit.
Right. And those make the best moments. Like, it's like the real time. Because now I take a lot more photos and I'm in the moment and I'll take a photo to keep the moment and whatever. But back then I didn't take as many photos. So I always relied on other people taking them. And they've got such good moments. And that's why I didn't take as many because I felt like I had really good photo guys that really captured what I needed. Now I'm totally cool being the photo guy. Like, count me in. But like then it was just like, man, like these guys took such good shots. Our moments, like there's this one photo I have on my Facebook, and it's just all of it's at Madison Theater of all places. And it was a Madison Theater Band Challenge, and we were in the finals. This was a huge thing. There was like 1,500 people there to support a bunch of different genres of music, and we were like the only metal band amongst the 7 other bands, and it was just a whole huge event. That photographer, he got it. Steve got it so on point. His moments that he got of us, dude, you could not have been any better. Like for me personally, like those are my favorite photos that we ever took, and they were at the very beginning of the band, way before we ever got any like real like local to regional traction. We weren't anything yet, but he got this one of me, like he was like angled up, and I'm like have the microphone, my legs are kind of spread out because I'm like in the moment, but like he got these moments, and like without his like determination to get these angles, dude, I wouldn't even know that moment existed. But he made it, like he put what you thought was supposed to be the place in that photo. And dude, like, man, real time, that photo, when I look at that photo on my Facebook, that gives me cold chills, and it's like back like 2014, dude. We're talking 9 years ago, and I'm still getting cold chills from a moment in a local show. It wasn't even a national show. These were all local bands competing, all different genres for money and a check that they would hand at the very last band challenge. Like, it was a cool event. Things don't like that happen in our scene anymore. But like back then, man, those photo guys, top tier, and they're still there out there. But like, the scene has changed. It's not the same. Like, I don't see the same level of shows that happen on a local front. So like, those moments, those can't be replicated, but those photos are still there, and I'm so glad I have them. Now I take all the photos, and I'm in the moments because I'm paying attention to it. But back then, man, I hire a photographer, and they'll catch all the cool moments. And when I'm done, I'm so glad you have a photographer. Pro tip: make a photo guy come to your show.
Always
have a photo
document.
Guy. Always have a photo guy. I don't care if it costs you an extra $150. You do the photo guy, because if you don't have the documentation, who's going to know the next event's worth their time? The photo tells people it's worth their time. Yeah, so pro tip, get a photo guy. Make sure he has a high-quality camera that he can cover things like on like the most like professional scale, because you want these photos to not only be like show the event, but you want people to be able to post them as their profile picture. And in that scene, I think high quality photos go way further than grainy photos that just tell you the environment. You need real crisp stuff. So get you a good photographer, make sure the show's documented, one videographer that just covers the landscape. And I think you can really make an event. You can maximize what you get out of each event. But that's just one man's opinion. I don't know.
All right, bro.
Yep.
So
What's up?
Do the Simpsons predict the future?
I think they do. Do they have a time machine? I think they do.
Probably.
Dude.
I mean, there's something very odd going on with everything, and
Yeah.
we were talking about it earlier on and it kind of made sense. You were like, hey, if you were going to involve the public on behind the scenes stuff, what better way to do it than to show it in a cartoon?
Do a cartoon.
Which is pretty genius, man.
Put it right in their face without even them knowing
With
it.
their cartoon, yeah.
I mean, they have done a lot of stuff, and it's like how there's one thing that I've seen. Like, did you ever see the video of Donald Trump going down the escalator at the mall on The Simpsons? Did you see that? So, like, there's no fucking way unless they made the video after Donald Trump did this, but like they had a video of him like coming down the escalator, and even somebody was holding up a sign like on the second floor of the mall, and the girl like accidentally dropped part of it, so she was holding a sign and then the sign fell. Like, even in the cartoon, it did exactly what happened in the Donald Trump actual video.
What happened if somebody done it, like he done it, saw the video of The Simpsons, and they're the one who reenacted? Because if you think about it, that came out before Donald Trump became president.
Right.
So if Donald Trump saw that and said, "Oh, okay, I'm president now, let's reenact this."
It's recreated.
Right.
Maybe
But
he
even
changed it.
reenacting something like that, like, I mean, you would like think about a movie set. Like, it would take so much time and effort to reenact an exact scene from a cartoon.
Just
Yeah.
the fact that
the cartoon protects them.
the
cartoon-
accuracy of The Simpsons is just so weird, bro. I'm talking cell phones, talking gadgets, like just weird moments in life that just happen,
They
like
produce it before it actually happens.
years before that happened. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
I do think there's a time traveler thing involved there. There's got to be something that they know, because they're just way too accurate. Now, there is the idea that you do as many episodes as you do, certain things are going to align because you've said
Come
so
to fruition,
many,
because obviously like you're basing stuff on the outcomes of today's society.
Yes, and real people and history does have a tendency to repeat itself. So I could see something, falling in line, the stars aligning to what you said. But man,
Twin Towers falling.
yeah, there's just so many specific things that like, why even think
Like
of
the
it? Why even write
East
that down?
Palestine train crash.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of like fuckery. Like,
why
what?
even write it down? Like, what? Like, even why think about that? So I think there's some definite truth that they've got a time machine, and like we were saying earlier, is like on a cartoon, it's the easiest way to just let people know some stuff without putting a movie out there with some crazy like half the bit actors. Like, yeah, we got Men in Black and iRobot and things that kind of show the future's going to look like. And I think
Yeah,
that
but that's not that. That it's not spoon fed like a cartoon is. A
Right.
cartoon is
Yep.
take it how you want it. It's a cartoon.
yeah, laugh about it.
It's not somebody on CNN telling you what it is. It's
Yeah.
not Tucker Carlson telling you what it is.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon going, hey,
Yeah, try it.
take it or leave it.
Yeah, we're just gonna put it out there, enjoy, and we're funny about it. It's like, did you see that they're like talking about like, him choking Bart and all that?
Yeah, he's not
Like,
allowed to choke him anymore.
apparently, they're gonna let him keep choking him.
Oh,
He's gonna
good.
keep choking him. So that's not changing. Apparently, that's under what the Simpsons said. So
Especially at this day and age, you gotta choke a kid out every once in a while.
they're not gonna.
If he's acting like Bart, bro, you definitely gotta choke that little prick out.
man, he
You
Telling
be
me to
good.
eat my
Correct.
shorts.
Eat my
People
shorts.
felt a certain type of way that he was doing that.
oh,
What's
really?
that?
People felt a certain type of way that he was doing that, like Homer choking Bart out.
Yeah. Some controversy there.
Yeah,
It's like child abuse. That's the way they're looking at it. But I mean, he's been doing it for
Yeah.
30 years. Like,
Yeah.
now you want to be upset about it? 2023.
Pretty soon, like it's gonna be people just go look. You cuss your kid out, you go get in trouble by the people.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Everything
that
is
was
so
that was
soft.
a conversation like 2015. Like everything, it was bad. Like, oh man, told their kid to shut up, and oh man, like CPS,
Don't
like that
tell
was
your kid up.
that
You
was
guys,
a
you guys
weird-
ever see the movie?
It's a weird thing.
Demolition Man.
I've heard of it. I don't. Think
It's a
I've seen it.
movie with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone from like the late '80s or something, early No, it was definitely '80s.
Sylvester and Wesley in the same movie. That
Bro,
sounds fire.
it's a futuristic movie. It's absolutely incredible, bro. But it's like a futuristic movie, and Sandra Bullock's in it too. But like, no, it's the future where nobody uses guns anymore. All the guns are in museums, and there hasn't been any crime because like everything's been taken away basically. But Wesley Snipes is like this criminal from the 80s that's been cryogenically frozen. He gets out of, somehow escapes out of this cryogenically frozen shit and just tries to wreak havoc on the town. But like, if you cursed, if you said anything, there was like, you would get a
Police?
fine right there. It wasn't even a police. It was like a little siren that happened, and then a little ticket would come out of the wall. And it was like
What
you'd
the
have to pay
hell?
it.
yeah.
But like on Demolition Man, there's one thing they talk about the 3 shells, and it's when you go to the bathroom. Sylvester Stallone was like, "Where's the toilet paper at?" And they were like, "You don't know how to use the 3 shells?"
Huh.
And he's like, "Yeah, there were shells where the toilet paper was. Where's the toilet paper?" And then they all start laughing at him like, he doesn't know how to use the shells.
Oh, come on.
And it's like, I'm till this day, I'm like, how the fuck is he supposed to use these shells?
That sounds painful.
To this day, bro,
I don't
it's like
want to try that.
it
I'm
was.
dead.
It's just one of those things in the movie that just like it's so. It throws the stick in the wheel, right? Where all of a sudden you're like, whoa, what the fuck? It's like the same thing in Pulp Fiction, like when they open up the briefcase and it's gold. Like when they open up the briefcase, it's just like a shiny gold that's emitting out, and they never tell you what it is what they're looking for in Pulp Fiction. Right? It's the
right,
exact
yeah,
same
yeah.
thing. They say it's
The best script ever written.
that. Did you hear that? Because that they say that it's Quentin Tarantino's final script
The best.
is inside that
best
briefcase,
script
and that's
ever
what they're all trying to go after.
Oh, okay.
So
That's pretty impressive. Like
Bro,
the eye open. Like
I mean, what's
Easter egg
impressive
there.
is all of his movies are tied together in some sense. Like they're characters, like there's always like
Storylines and
there's
stuff.
always like little. They're all intertwined somehow, bro.
I think I have a different perspective of watching Pulp Fiction recently than I did the first time. I
Oh,
saw
I'm
it.
sure, dude.
I
I've
think-
watched that like 60 times,
I
and you
think it's-
always get a different.
Yeah, I think
fucking-
it's one of those things. It's like watching Kill Bill like over and over again. Like all of Quentin Tarantino's movies are like mind fucks, obviously. Like they're just, it's a lot to it, and it's like you almost want that, you know? You almost want to be able to like look at a movie differently. Like, dang, I didn't notice that this person was doing this thing the first time I saw it, and oh, did you see that in the background? Like I like that. You know, you get a gap in time of, all right, I haven't seen this movie in 5 years. Let's watch it again, and like you just notice things differently. Like,
Oh yeah.
I almost felt like I was watching it for the first time. It was weird.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is amazing, bro. Have you ever seen Reservoir Dogs?
I don't think
That's
I've seen
Quentin Tarantino's first movie. That
Yes.
that motherfucker's dope, bro.
It's good.
Oh, it's so good, man. It's like Mr. Pink, Mr. White, Mr.
Yeah.
Orange. It's a whole group of just criminals that are all gonna rob fucking shit, and so like they don't want to know each other's names, so they all go under like a color, Mr. Pink.
Didn't he make, or am I tripping? The Hateful Eight. Didn't he make that?
No, that was Seth MacFarlane.
Okay. I felt like it was someone who was like up there. I just couldn't remember. But
Wait, no. Did he make the Hateful Eight?
because
Yes.
I think there's
I
like
think
he
two.
did make the-
I think there's two versions of it. I think there's like
I
the
think-
Hateful Eight, and then there's another one that's like a spoof or something like that. Am I tripping?
No, I
feel
think
like
you're
I'm
right, bro. I think
The Hateful Eight.
There's another movie it's supposed to be like exactly the same. It like changed up a bit.
Yeah, he made the Hateful Eight,
Okay.
Death Proof, which I love.
Death Proof.
Death
Oh
Proof
my-
is insane,
Death
bro.
Proof is one of my favorites.
I need to rewatch that. Yeah, it was
I've got
2015.
a Death Proof T-shirt, bro. I
Oh.
don't know where that is. That
I had it.
motherfucker was.
I had a DVD.
I thought you were gonna have to say I had my shirt.
Yeah.
Give it back.
I found it, but no, I'm pretty sure we had a DVD of Death Proof. I'm pretty positive. I remember seeing the cover of the car.
Man, I had my cousin Sonny Bonham, bro. He was looking for a '69. What was that? It was either a '69 or a '70 Chevelle, maybe, in the movie. And he found one for $2,500, bro. And he was like, "Look, man, I found the car for you. We can replace it with a Corvette engine." And I was gonna flat black the whole thing and put the skull on the hood of it,
Oh,
because you
nice.
can actually buy the hood ornament too, like that duck that was on the hood. You can buy that exact hood ornament, bro.
So the spoof movie was the Maleficent 7. I knew it was something.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
it was made. It was supposed to be kind of like the same, but no, that movie was great. That movie was freaking great. It was so like corny in ways and like funny in ways. It was a good movie.
Yeah, he's only doing 10 movies, bro. So he's got one more to do, and then he's retiring for good.
wild,
I
man.
think he needs to go out with a bang. Like he needs to be in his movie, like doing some.
Oh, he's
crazy shit.
he's always got a little fucking crazy cameo.
He's gotta do some Stan Lee shit, man. He's just gotta be one little subtle moment. Like if you just say something to him, hand him a drink or some shit. I don't know.
You know he was in Pulp Fiction, right?
Yeah. I had to see that was the thing that I had to like. All right, no, that's actually Quentin Tarantino. Oh my God, no, that's fucking weird. But no, but he's got to go out. He's got to go out with a bang. He's got to be in it. Whatever the movie is, just his little moment.
Yeah, bro. So I'm gonna have to read in on this conspiracy theory, because this is something we're gonna have to literally start another podcast off of. The conspiracy theory about John G. Trump, who is Donald Trump's grandfather. So when Tesla died, he had 69 trunks of his inventions that were in his warehouse.
Yeah.
And the U.S. government sent John G. Trump he was the first one to go to Tesla's warehouse and go through all of his stuff. And not only that, bro, I just found out that John G. Trump was one of the original inventors of the X-ray machine. So like this dude is like he's at the top of the food chain when it comes to electrical circumference or whatever it is, like for that type of stuff, right? But so the story is that there was 69 trunks that housed all of Tesla's patents, all of his inventions and everything. And when they actually went to so all of his stuff got sent to Yugoslavia at a museum out there, which is where he's from. And they said that they only collected, I think, 34 trunks out of the 59 that were there. So 25 trunks are absolutely missing, right? Almost half of all of his inventions.
Damn.
But like, if anybody was going to be a time traveler, no matter if you were rich or poor, if you got the technology to become a time traveler, you are going to become the richest person in the world.
Correct. Yes.
So why wouldn't the richest person in the world have access to a time machine? And when somebody like
True.
what was his name? So there was this book called The Last President that was written.
Because even if you're not rich, then you can just go back in time and make yourself the richest person.
100%, bro. And that's the
Yeah.
thing is, you know, last president. All right, so it's dude, this is so weird. Lockwood Ingersoll is the writer of these books, and he's got a book called The Last President, and he also has a book called Baron Trump's Amazing Travel. Hold on, I got it right here. Sorry. I've got these books at the house too, bro, which is insane. The Baron Trump Collection: Travels and Ventures of Little Baron Trump and the Wonderful Dog Bulger. Also, there's another book, Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. And then the third book the guy wrote was The Last President, right? And it's all about Trump being the last president. And then the other books are about a kid named Baron Trump who basically went into Agartha, or the inner earth, and found like his magnificent trip to the center of the world. You know, and like these books were written in like late 1800s, bro. So even if the books are fictitious, like the kid looks like Baron Trump in the photos, and Trump's son's name is literally Baron Trump. Like there's a lot of weird shit that's happening here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It is.
And I've
Yeah.
got to dive into it, bro, because this is something where like there's a reason why they're trying to arrest Donald Trump and charge him with 476 years in jail.
Damn.
And they're trying to take away his companies that he's been building for 40 years. Like they're trying to like literally take down his entire enterprise that he's built in his entire lifetime. There's a reason why something's going on, and it's like, what's happening, bro? Like, why did this guy write a book in the late 1800s called The Last President? Why did this guy write a book called Baron Trump's Marvelous Journey to the Center of the Earth, like in the 1800s? What is happening? How come we don't know? I need to know all of it, dude. I'm freaking out right now.
Right.
What's happening?
What is happening?
Time travel exists.
It
John
is.
Teeter is
It
already
is.
he's
It
already
is.
said that this is going to be the coolest clothing store of 2037.
Yep. Which
2037.
Yeah, which is great to know, bro. It's good to know that we're still going to be around in 2037.
I know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie's gonna be running the ship.
show, yeah.
Do you know who John Teeter is?
I've heard you talk about him before. I
So
don't
so
know what
John Teeter's a time traveler from the year 2036 who time traveled back to 1976 to get an IBM computer. Now this IBM computer, it read 5 different computer codes. And at the time, no one knew that this computer had that much technology in it. But so he had to bring this computer from 1976, bring it to 1999, drop it off so that Y2K wouldn't happen. Now Y2K, the big scare for Y2K was basically all the computers, just to save time and effort, they didn't have 1999. They just had 99, right? So 3-1-99 instead of 1999. So they were worried that as soon as 2000 hit, it would go 3100 and delete everything. Because now it went back to 0.
Right.
So that was the big scare for Y2K, was that all computers, all this stuff is gonna go back to 0, and we're gonna have to figure it all out again. So this guy claims that he brought the IBM computer from 1976 to 1999, left it there, and then stayed in the United States as a time traveler. Called this Art Bell AM AM radio station. So FM AM, there was this thing called Art Bell's Coast to Coast AM, and this was one of the only AM channels that would reach from Cali to New York. And this guy would talk conspiracy theories. He would, if time travelers, aliens, he would talk about everything that no one else would talk about on radio. So John Teeter calls him, says, "Hey, my name's John Teeter. I'm here for the next 3 months implementing something for Y2K. If anybody has any questions about the future, now's the time to ask." So they end up linking up. They contact each other. People are asking John Teeter about the future, and he's telling them stuff. Now this is 1999, and they're like, "What, television? Well, there's no TV stations anymore." He's like, "Everything's done by handhelds. Everyone's got their own channels now, and they're all using their own networks to do their stuff." YouTube wasn't even established till 2005, so this is 6 years before YouTube was even a thing, right? So either this dude's so smart that he knows the future, or he was in the future.
Which,
So
I mean, it makes sense because technically everyone does have a channel to make news.
I mean, bro, and think
weird.
about what's happening right now. The news is going to shit because everything that they're saying is a lie. It's all propaganda, right? So as the news and the faith in the news is depleting, everything else that we're doing is gaining. So imagine in 2036, you know what I mean? Like 20 and 13 years from now, where's the news going to be?
I could
On our
see
phones.
I could see a new version of TikTok, but just being like news. Like legit news, like actual.
Like a
You
whole-
follow this person and they post news. You follow this person, they post news, and adapt it with YouTube, because everything eventually
That's
Wait,
a
because
that's $1 million idea right there.
everything eventually goes to YouTube at some point.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, movies, game shows, television, TikTok.
That's the real truth
'Cause
social.
Everything goes to YouTube at some point.
YouTube is literally like Google. It's a search engine.
It's the hub. It's the hub. If you want to find something out, if you want to see who said what and what show and what episode, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
How? I'm just saying. I'm gonna say it here right now, 2023. There's gonna be a new version of TikTok combined with the knowledge of YouTube, and that's gonna be the news. There will be no more television news. Said it here.
I mean, it's a scary situation, bro. When you see like Rob Braun. Rob Braun was local 12 here in Cincinnati. Been on the news 30 years, and there was a little snippet that came out of every single news channel across the country, and it was all like verbatim what they wanted you to say. So what they did was they took a clip of different broadcasters across the entire nation, and they put it all together to show that
Oh, everybody's saying the same thing.
everyone's saying the same
Yeah,
thing.
no,
And
word
Rob,
for
That was
Rob-
alarming.
Rob Braun was a part of it.
That was
and he was
alarming.
like, "I'm out, bro. Like
I
I'm
mean, it
done."
it shows you how pretty much how.
I mean, it goes back to like even like the scripts. Like you got a teleprompter, so you're supposed to read what it is, and then you got a piece of paper in your hand, so you're reading and stuff like
They're
that.
training us, bro.
Who's to say that everything they just put down there, bro? Like the government put that together. They told them to say this, like straight up. That's so messed up. And I mean, it is odd that like everybody wants to go against Fox News. Everybody says Fox News is lies and stuff like that. But there's a reason for that, though. Like they want us to be upset. Why? They
Right.
want us to
Well, they control a narrative, and then they get their
I mean, yeah.
I feel like
their
even
agenda
with
out
phones,
there,
they
and
still
it's
do the
just
same thing.
Yeah,
They'll
for
find
sure.
a way to control what's on your phone screen.
Just the fact that we're having this conversation shows that everything that they've done worked in some way.
Yeah.
Because now the four of us have an opinion about what's happening. There are 30,000 other people that are looking at different things different ways, and they want to go on some type of platform and talk about it. Like they're doing it. They're making it work. They're making us talk about it. They're distracting us from what's really going on, and now we're focusing on this thing while they're in the background doing this, and it's a lot. It's a lot, man.
I gotta learn more, bro. I gotta learn more. There's
learn.
there's
Start
a lot
reading
of stuff
books.
out there that we don't know about.
Yes.
I think it'd be easier for them to do it with the phones because
Oh, no.
with a TV you can walk away from the TV.
Everybody's on
You
their
know what I'm
phone.
saying? With the phone, it's easier. You
A
can't
good
just walk away
a
from
good
the phone.
portion of the community is on their phone right now at this very moment.
Oh yeah.
It's just a fact. Like the people in the bathroom right now on their phone.
Dude,
Shout
word
out
from
to you
earlier,
guys watching this podcast
Yeah,
on the
Brian.
toilet.
He was on his phone. He
Yeah.
would probably never even got it. You feel me? He was on
Yeah.
his phone. Saw the
shout out
podcast.
Brian.
Someone somewhere is looking at a screen, and that's the
Security,
craziest
I
thing
swear.
to think
I
that
swear, bro.
100+
Yeah,
years ago
I
that wasn't.
swear, I can't.
They're hilarious. But 100+ years
can't.
ago that wasn't a thing, and now there's screens everywhere. You go to restaurants, you go to bars, you go to locations. There's screens everywhere.
Yeah, we got screens been around, bro. Now, I mean, every time you go to a restaurant, you order off a screen.
But
Screen.
at the same time,
Screen,
it's still
screen,
gonna be
screen.
like a. It's got its.
It's just gonna get
got-
more.
It's got its downsides and its good sides.
They're gonna take away.
They go try to control. They go still keep trying to control what you see. But
Oh,
then
for
at
sure.
the same time, because everybody got phones, you still gonna have your fair share of people that's gonna fight against it, and they gonna
Yeah.
try to
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So it's literally gonna be like
Somebody's gonna
you
say
trust your intuition,
Your
what you
instincts
think
and
is the
stuff.
truth and what you think is not.
I'm
Propaganda.
expecting very soon with this whole cash thing that's decreasing. Almost every customer that's come in this store in the last 3 months has asked me, "Do we still accept cash?" Because they keep going to places that we're gonna get rid of the person at the drive-thru. It's not gonna be a human anymore. It's just gonna be a robot, some capacity.
Right.
We're gonna get rid of the things that are currently needing people to do, to make it AI, to make it some type of mechanical thing, and it's gonna slowly start to decrease certain things. The news is gonna slowly stop being. I mean, imagine turning on the TV and it's robots giving the news, bro.
That's crazy.
Like that'd be wild, but that could happen.
It can.
That could actually happen. I keep seeing these different like little AI things, like, oh, this person he's doing orders at McDonald's, like like stuff like that. Like that's
They already
weird.
They
but
already
it's
got little
happening.
machines at McDonald's where you don't even got to walk to the register.
Yeah, I seen
Yeah,
that.
and they're making you tip now too, bro.
Wait, right.
I saw. With
Oh
you,
my gosh.
with the gas station.
Yeah.
Gas
I saw that. I
station,
think I saw that.
I saw when
Walmart.
you posted that. Like, what?
He was like, those
Tip
are
at the
fighting
gas
words.
station. What am
So-
I-
But wait, like
No one's pouring my gas.
I read
right?
I read an article
Yeah.
that said that was going to happen, bro. And then this dude Russ actually fucking it happened to him here in Cincy.
I actually had it's weird that I seen that thing. I had a dream and I never mentioned it, whatever. 2 weeks ago, whatever. You go on your phone, you open your phone or whatever, you unlock, and you go to your search engine, you look for something. I was trying to Google something. I don't know. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I got up and I wanted to Google something. It asked me to pay to open the article. It was like $3. And I didn't even think about that.
That's Cincinnati.com, bro.
I didn't even think about that. It
So
was
tired of
weird.
that fucking
What?
paywall.
It asks you to pay. Like I don't know what it was. I was trying to look up whatever. It was in the dream. I didn't actually do it, but
Oh.
it physically asked me to pay, and I was like,
Yeah, Cincinnati.com does that, bro.
I was like,
So,
I'm not about to pay
They want
to
you
the
pay
Google
to
something.
read
What?
the article?
yeah, you got to pay like a yearly fee to read their stuff.
Yeah, it's
when which is,
I'm good. I'm not about to pay to research.
at this day and age, if Cincinnati.com doesn't have it, City Beat or like one of these other companies
somebody
Someone's
else
does,
is gonna have
right?
it.
So it's
Yeah.
like, come on, man.
I mean, the fact that they're trying to even implement paying just to do social media at this point, like,
hey, you know what, bro? Like
It's a lot.
everybody is very cool with advertisements. You know what I mean? Like I don't hear anybody complaining about these 5-second clips that happen on YouTube. You know what I mean? You just skip it. If you don't
Yeah.
skip it, then you're not paying attention.
Some people do, but then it's like it
I-
ain't
it's
no
not
different than TV. TV longer.
right?
ads,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
ads all day. Yeah.
But like
I think it's that dopamine. Like you know how you listen to like Pandora or something,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what I'm saying you got your favorite station going, and you listen to all your hits,
and then it cuts
and
it.
tight.
And all yeah,
Come get your
His.
tight. Then you got the little catchy
His.
shit. You like, no. Skip.
Yeah.
Skip. Please watch this 30-second commercial.
Right. Nah, I'm
Like,
cool.
you feel me, bro?
Cool, shorty.
Crazy.
But all right, man. I think this is gonna wrap up another episode of the PowWow.
Yes, sir.
So
Oh, by the way, Drew, Heat did win, by the way.
Oh, yeah, they won.
did win, I
111,
saw.
111,
I saw.
105. Let's go.
Yeah, but you know who didn't win?
It was who?
76ers.
What was the score?
Oh, that's sick.
It wasn't in their favor.
That's
you had
sick.
another FanDuel going.
That was the only one
Yeah,
that you
it
got
was.
that didn't? So
Is it-
everybody
is it-
else was
No,
a
no.
W.
No, Hawks won.
Hawks. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Is it FanDuel? Is that who we're using?
That's who I'm going through. They got me. I mean, like I wasn't like huge like on DraftKings what they were like bringing to the table, and it's taking too long. So FanDuel it's been very smooth using it. Honestly,
I need to
yeah, it's
look into that.
and like really, it's like small increments, but like it's fun. Makes the games more
I
interesting.
mean,
to watch.
my
Football's frustrating.
micro bets have big payouts, right? And
Yeah.
that's one thing that I'm seeing, bro, at the stadium, which is crazy, is like people can bet on like mid game, they can bet on shit now, right?
Yeah.
So
Anything.
it's like
Anything. It's
so
weird.
people are betting on everything, dude. And I'm seeing like there was this guy that sits in front of us. And you can just tell he was stressing out at the end of the game. He was grabbing he doesn't have much hair, but he's like grabbing onto it and rubbing his. And I'm like, you got a bunch of money on this game, don't you? And he pulled out his FanDuel and he had like $600 on some crazy. It was like basically like an 8-leg parlay.
What?
On like
600?
on different and it would have paid
Different
like
things that
it would have
happen.
paid $7,800. It was basically like most of the bets were on the Bengals team.
on the game. Okay.
Yeah, but
So
but
things that could happen.
for sure. But it's like you're seeing these people that are like, they're putting 600 on a bet to win 7,800, and then all of a sudden they lose, and it's like the car payment's gone.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean?
Car payment's gone,
Like,
bro.
I
Did we
can't.
not say Wednesday? Did we not tell these people Wednesday? Bet responsibly.
Bet responsibly.
We said that.
They get
We said
greedy.
it on
you know
air.
what, bro? I
We-
want to.
We do be talking about
We
that.
literally said that this
They get-
past Wednesday.
they
I
get
want
greedy.
to, and I want to be a part of the sports talk, man, because I really think if we get the angles right, I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to sports other than the Bengals themselves, man, but I want to be in the back end because I really feel like this is something where sports betting just became legal in Kentucky, and we've got a sports talk that's on weekly here in Cincinnati, right? So if we can figure a way to dial it in, like we can get better picks or like one of these companies out
Oh,
here
yeah.
that'll put their eggs in our basket and say, hey, we'll sponsor you. You know what I mean? Like especially if you guys are coming out with picks that are hitting. That's what they want to advertise. That's
Yeah.
what Better Picks wants. They
I mean,
want.
Atlanta, the Lakers won. That was a pretty solid. I mean, they took out the Suns, and it was a. I mean, the Lakers were not favored for that, so like it worked out. Yeah.
My cousin's not fired, by the way, either.
Oh, he's not?
No,
That's
he's
good.
still with the team.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So
Good
my
news. Yeah, good news.
my cousin Mike Rizzo, man, shout out to you, Riz. He bro, he's my younger cousin, and this fucking kid has been so good with betting on sports since he was probably 9-10 years old. Like, every Thanksgiving, every Christmas we get together, and it turned out his dad was a big bookie in Chicago, which made sense, right? I never thought my uncle liked me. Every time I'd see him, I'd be like, hey, what's up, Uncle Joey? He's like, hey, good to see you, Jason. Like, get out of my way, because he was just watching the sports games. And then as you grow up, you realize, oh, he's got money on this. That's why
Got to pay attention.
Yeah. But my cousin Riz has always been like, he's the one that does know if the quarterback's dog is sick, or if he had to get rid of the dog, or if his girlfriend is fighting with him. Like,
And it
like,
affects how they play.
yeah, like he knows everything when it comes down to it. So somehow he ended up getting linked up with Better, which is Jake Paul's company. So now he's one of like the maybe 7 like characters that are on like the Better Picks team. And the other day he was having to do Jake Paul's picks for the Sunday game, and So they have to write basically like a script on like what Jake Paul would do on, and he said that he wanted Jake Paul to come out of the water and like spit the water out of his mouth and then say that the Dolphins win, and Jake was like, "This is fucking terrible, bro. Like, I've got to fire you." And he's like, "I'm in the middle of doing the TV show right now. Like, I'm getting fired." And he was like, "It's just awful, dude." And so if the Dolphins lost that game, he was going to lose his job, and the Dolphins lost that game. And so at another one of those videos, Riz is like, at the end of the game, he was fucking rubbing his head. He's like, "Did I just lose my job?" You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
But still there, baby. Let's go.
There.
Yeah.
Scoring
But
for
so
the home
somebody
team.
like him, and so like Riz has always been. He's always been that guy. He's always been that he knows the odds and shit like that. And so even when he was in college, like they had a setup where they were doing something where it looked better than Pardon My Take, bro. Like how good the shit that they were doing. And he was just in college with buddies doing this stuff.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So then he got picked up by Better. So it's like, all right, so now we've got an in, man. So let's, if they need some cats in Kentucky to help boost Kentucky bets, you guys could be the people to do it, bro.
That's fair. That's a great connection.
So we got to make it look better. Got to make it look better. We got to keep it amped up. We got to get people in there.
Yes.
Like
I mean, we do a lot of cool
Money
stuff on
Talks. You know what I mean? Like that show on
like a bet
CNN where he's like talking all about the stocks and shit. Fucking buy this, sell that. Fucking put your money on Joe Burrow. Fucking take it over here. Get out of here.
What's our record?
Kyler
Our record's
Murray-
pretty good.
Yeah, right.
Like,
I
we
mean,
really don't like.
I get
we don't
most
really
of them right.
miss it
Yeah,
off
it's
for-
just that the ones I do miss are frustrating.
They just be the ones.
Oh,
that
yeah,
do,
man.
Like the toss ups.
Yeah, like that was just that 1 week. The only ones I missed were the San Fran when they lost for the first time and the Eagles lost. Every other pick was right.
Can you predict that? Yeah, yeah,
Right. They all
yeah.
got their first loss, and that was the same week. And every other pick was right, but those two. Every single one. It's like frustrating. Yeah, like, the NFL is really hard to get. The NBA is easier because people be sitting people every night, and like you just don't know what teams you don't know what team's gonna sit. But as soon as you find out who's sitting, that team's losing. Like every time, it's so much easier. The money lines are. It's easy.
also with basketball, the possession time. You know what I mean? It's not like one team will have the ball for 6 minutes. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
it's like possession after possession.
Stolen.
Yeah, the better team usually reigns on top.
Yeah.
Just this, where football, like this weekend, like the Browns beat the Ravens because of some circumstantial situations, but like 9 times out of 10, the Ravens are gonna beat the Browns.
And the
Ravens.
Bills
I'm pretty sure
lost.
The Bills
for
lost
some
I had the
unknown
Broncos
reason.
beating Cleveland, but I did rule it close.
We did too. Yeah, we both
We
did.
ruled it close.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
I ain't actually think they was gonna beat the Ravens, but I
I think it's to the point where people got to stop sleeping on Cleveland. I mean, yeah, and on some level, it's like, NFL's rigged, 100%. But it's like Cleveland is winning games they shouldn't be winning. We need to stop questioning
they
them.
defense, I'm
And
telling
the
you.
Dolphins this year, like, we got to stop. We got to stop looking at them as like, oh, they're a shit team. Like, they're making
they
stuff
got-
happen.
they
They're
got
not just
that
winning on
offensive-
accident.
They got that offensive firepower.
Browns got lucky in that game, but Dolphins aren't just winning on accident. So like, there's something to it. I think every team builds a strong enough force for a reason, and the better team wins at the end because the better team executed the right way. Yeah. Sometimes calls are missed, sometimes calls are made, and it's to the point where like the last 3 seconds, like what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I think it's easier to come back in certain situations.
I'm
than
glad you
others.
stayed with Miami on that game. Because I was watching the game, and I'm seeing how they're playing.
They just
Now,
needed to get
Miami
that
missed a lot
push.
of jump shots, but I was like, Miami's going to wear them down.
They needed
Yeah.
to get that
Because-
push,
And
and
that's what happened.
They're a better
the
team.
whole rest of the game. And yeah, they're a better team.
That's how I looked at it. I
But-
just look at the better team win in basketball wins 9 times out of 10. That's just
9
how it
times out of
works.
10, yeah.
The better team in football usually does, but then every once in a while, a dude will get
upsets.
a dude will get a pick, and it changes the whole landscape because they only get so many possessions. Like Jay says, like with more possessions, the better team just is better.
Yeah.
It
I
just
think-
is. Like if you get 40 and 40, the better team's 40 possessions is going to be over 50% points, where the worst team's less than 50%, and that's your outcome, right? So like football, it's not like that because the defense can take away a whole possession, and all of a sudden you're up. If a pick 6 happens, dude, more likely than not, that team with the pick six, they win, even if it's not the better team.
Right.
It just is. Like, defense, that's why the Bengals are so effective, because the defense really is opportunistic.
Killing it, bro.
Killing it. Yeah, even last, I mean, C.J. Stroud really showed out, but the Bengals defense is going to keep us in the playoff hunt. And that's...
And he threw a pick, and he did throw a pick that we almost took back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, I
that-
couldn't even
that
believe.
one
Like, I ain't gonna
interception.
lie. I was like, at that point, I was like, yeah, it's a wrap for the day. I took
But
my eyes off the TV down, and as soon as I heard he picked it off,
It's
I'm
good-
like, hold on, what's going on?
It's good to
I thought
see
you were
that
taking it
it's a lot closer, and I think it's interesting because it's like, yeah, there are those weird games where it's 70 and 40 points. How the heck that happened in a football game? But like, it's interesting too when there are more close games in NFL. Basketball it'd be 100, 150 to 40. Like, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
blowout type, yeah.
It's crazy to see the point gaps, and it's just I don't know.
It's a momentum
I think it's
thing,
way
man.
more upsets in college, and I like that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like to see the college upsets, like the team that's predicted to be the best, and then it just wipes them out.
All right, man. It's 10:07. I think it's a good time to wrap it up. I appreciate everybody for being a part of the podcast. Liquid Death, Duffified, One Heart Medical. Appreciate you guys for sponsoring the
Yeah.
podcast. One
Shout
Heart
out to,
Medical, we
yeah.
do want to get back on so we can talk
Yes.
about the
change.
recreational.
Yeah, Ohio.
Bro, you know what I
crazy.
did notice, man, at the Bengals game, there was a lot more police officers at the game. And Caitlin, she actually said something. She's like, why are there so many police officers?
Those
Like,
fights.
It was a military.
No, I
but
think-
it was military game too.
no,
Yeah.
no, but they were like,
They were there.
They were on security, like they were there for a reason.
They were there.
And I really think like at the Houday Nation, I was on the page a couple times this week, and there was so many people in there talking about, I can't wait to smoke weed in the smoking section, and everyone's like, bro,
Thirsty for it.
you
Yeah.
still can't smoke weed in the smoking section.
yeah,
It's
Like,
not there.
it's
yet.
it's not even legal until December 7th. So everyone's thinking that they can just bring pot down to the game and smoke it in the smoking section. And of course, there's guys like, oh, we've been doing that for 3 years, bro. Like, ain't
And now
the
their
legalities ain't
Facebook-
here.
Now their Facebook is being watched, but
Right. but it's one of those things, man, where it's like, that could be the reason why there was a ton of cops there, or
For sure.
or it could be because there's so many fucking fights at these
Man.
at these games now. It seems like every single time there's a Sunday night game, Monday morning on Instagram, there's at least 2 or 3 videos of idiots getting in fights, man.
I've seen
They said
way.
I seen a video. Somebody daddy got beat up.
Yeah,
like,
since the Super Bowl run, I've seen way more Bengals fights than I've ever seen in my life. Like, when did these start happening? Maybe I missed them in 20 years. I don't know. But there's so many, and it's like fan on fan, like Bengals fans fighting each other.
That's
Like,
what I was talking about.
that
Somebody's
is
dad got
so
like beat up, and it was Bengals.
so crazy.
It's some drunk. It's when the alcohol get involved.
Yeah.
It's the alcohol,
It's,
bro.
it's one thing when we're playing the Steelers, like, all right, somebody got beat up. Okay, it's
Oh,
a
nah,
Steelers
if
game.
it's like that, then it's like.
But it's when it's the Bengals fans fighting each other, that's where it shocks
Right.
me a little bit. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
the alcohol.
too much alcohol. That's why I stopped.
Blame
That's
it
why I
on the
stopped. Had to.
goose. Got you feeling loose.
Bro, it'll cost you a lot to get that drunk at the game. That's for sure. Man.
You got the goose. You got
Yeah.
you got a little too much cheese in your pocket, brother.
Right.
Go home. Go home soon.
All right, everybody. This is going to wrap up another episode. If you want to be a part of it, comment below or text message one of us, and we can get you on the podcast. Aprino, we're going to get you set up. We're going to get you locked in. I can't wait to talk to you about everything. Until next
Yeah,
time.
Shout out to Clean Plate Club too, man.
Yeah, appreciate
you,
that.
Brian,
Yeah.
for coming on and talking to us via the phone. So
Yeah.
More
That's
of
cool,
those,
man. Yeah,
even-
for sure.
Yeah, we're going to have
Shout
to do that more often because I like getting outside perspectives like that. For
Yeah,
sure.
man, he's been working hard, so it's nice to have him kind of want to be in the fold a little. He wants to do a collaboration on design and stuff. We've talked a little
Oh,
bit, so
cool.
yeah. But yeah, man.
Awesome. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week here at Newport on the Levee. Until then, take care of your mother, and we'll see you next week.
Appreciate y'all. Later.
Hey.
Bye. We out here. Yo. Oh.
Security in the building.
Alcohol, blame it on her.
Shout out to Loner Brand. I like that shirt, bro.